Hello everyone and welcome back to another Outerhaven video featuring myself, Getsilius, and Will.
Yep.
Yep. Another month, another con. And this time, Will had the pleasure of attending New York Comic Con 2024. I could not attend this year because I was sick and dying. Jokingly, but very serious. Yes, I was sick and I couldn't attend. But Will got most of it covered as well as questions I love to ask about the convention this time around. So, without the way, let's get into it. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified next time we go live with videos, and follow ourselves on various social medias. You can follow me on Twitter at Getsilius. You can follow Will at Shadows, I believe, 952 on Twitter.
596 shadows. What was the at the end? 596.
Shadow596. Yeah,
Yes, I have. Yeah.
not Idol Master, but yeah, apologize for botching that. But let's continue. We'll continue on with the New York Comic Con. So New York Comic Con, I believe, was the weekend of the 17th, right? The 17th to the 21st.
Yes. It was pretty much on the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. Yeah, 17th to the 20th. So
Yeah,
four
20. Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Or
Okay,
4 days.
so yeah, not the 21st of the month. Because they actually let you go home. So yeah, so I take it this time compare. It was the same convention, same area as the Anime YC, where it was Javits, I believe, right?
Yep. As the Jacob Javits Center has not changed since all these years. So yeah, but the only major difference is obviously with the new extension of on the far right of the building, which is has the Empire stage, extra panel rooms and so forth. So it doesn't take the bottom level anymore. So the bottom level of the Javits Center is strictly either be the left side be like a gaming room for like mahjong, card games and such, or a gaming zone, even some arcade games if I recall correctly.
Oh, awesome. Wait. They had
And then
mahjong. They had mahjong. Yo, you tell me you left your grandma there and just hope for the best. That's what you did.
heck, I wish my grandma would appeared if anything else, but no, not even my auntie was there. Like, but yeah, there was mahjong there. So, and even though I believe there was on the scheduling, there was a panel for like if you want to get into mahjongs. But yeah, apparently MJ is really getting popular these days.
Oh no, it's because a lot of there's a lot of like sites like Rico Soul and Mahjong Soul, Ricci City. I was like Ricci City and Mahjong
Yep.
Soul. Those are the big two I could think of right now that people just play, and it's easy to play because a lot of the game does a good job of teaching you what's your winning hand or telling you what you could play. If you play Mahjong in real life, you have to know that on top of your hand or you're screwed.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, like that. Again, props to Yakuza for teaching me mahjong all these years, and I just go for the good old pongs and yeah, double DGs, triples, doubles,
no,
triples,
yeah,
whatever it may be.
y'all come on hand the way we go, baby. We it's all or nothing. But yeah, but I'm surprised they had it there as the gaming center and everything. So I obviously this was using more space comparative to Anime NYC. As you mentioned, it was an extension room. Was it hard to get to the other extensions of the area, or was it just like it was easy? It was an easy, seamless connect.
It was pretty much seamless, if anything else. Like, if you're like obviously traveling through like the exhibit hall, like yeah, obviously you have to go contend with the crowds here and there. I mean, that's par for the course. But if you're like outside of the exhibit hall, if you're like from the bottom, like right outside in the Crystal Palace, and then move like just continue making a straight right side of the building, it's fairly straightforward. So yeah, as long as you're like not going through the exhibit hall, you'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, overall, like that's one thing I kind of appreciate regarding to New York Comic Con is that the extension is yeah, if you want to go to like panels and such, fairly accessible. And again, they have elevators too, so that helps out a lot.
That's pretty good here. Also, I guess I'm gonna break it down in like days. So you were there all 4 days from Thursday to Sunday. So day one Thursday, hopefully it was Ghost Town, right? Hopefully.
That's the most interesting part of New York Comic Con. It's like you would expect that the first day would be a ghost day, especially on a Thursday. But interesting enough, it was surprisingly full. That's one thing I've noticed on that first day. Like even when I also like was walking about here and there, and of course naturally again it's just prepping up, but there was still surprisingly a large like things to actually look forward to because again you know how Repop is like
Yeah.
Repop they want money, they want to sell out the tickets because last I recall yeah even they were kind of pushing forward really pushing to sell more Thursday tickets, and even like, take a day off, like don't go to work, come to New York Comic Con instead. They were really trying to push those Thursday tickets. It was, and last I recall, on sales wise, they did not sold out on all of the individual days. I mean, sure, the 3 day pass sold, yeah, the 4 day pass sold out, and like I know Saturday, Friday, and some Sundays, yeah, but Thursday did not sold out. But even regardless of that, it was still surprisingly full, and there was of course, naturally, the different panels exclusive. Obviously, like Thursday exclusive panels, like obviously some goodies. Some people that like would show up. Obviously, like the biggest contenders would be on Saturday and Sunday, or like even Friday. But Thursday, it was surprisingly still good. I mean, we're not talking like Anime NYC initial year in 2017. That kind of goes down, but
No, no,
it was
yeah. It
surprisingly
was
not bad.
it was the first time on Thursday. The reason why is like Ghost Town Thursday because it's like if you're in the game, here's a tip. The first day they open, you better get that ticket so you can buy everything you want. And trust me, I've learned that the hard way. Anime NYC, I was there Friday and bought everything. I woke up early on Saturday and Will carried me, and it's like I got what I needed. That's I got the swag. So I wasn't joking. You gotta,
True.
yeah. This
True,
is
true, true. I
yeah.
like even like like a couple. Of course, you want to get like the goodies because I know again like Magic they were doing a collaboration with like X-Men cards. Like I know Magic doing with heroes like X-Men and such. Like I know there was a Storm card people wanted to get on via Magic, and now with the recent at time recording Final Fantasy collaboration with Magic, that's gonna be a big thing. So I'm kind of pushing in that regards. But yeah, like obviously you want to get like good exclusive. Like for example, the Akimon Chun-Li figurine, which was like last I checked on Guzma was like, I mean, so currently sold out, but at the moment it's like 300 for almost $400 last I checked. But again, it's Akimon, the original creator. So
Yeah.
yeah, that thing sold out, I believe, the first or second day. But yeah, as I said, like even on Thursday, it was surprisingly full. There was like definitely a lot of people to check up on, and yeah, overall the first day itself, it went pretty well for the most part. The first day, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. Did you run into what vendors did you like particularly remember running in the first day, or you just like trying to get it all done?
My personal itinerary was basically base was $7 a pop, because they actually managed to go and bring the entire cast of Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go if you want to go modern day,
Oh
and
wow.
so yeah, they had Tara Strong, Carrie Payton, Greg Sipes, Lyndon Welch, yeah, Scott Menville. So yeah, it was like I don't know. It was like many years since these the cast got together for a panel or whatever a meeting. So yeah, the entire Teen Titans cast was there. So I gotta definitely check up. I did meet Tara Strong before in prior years, but yeah, the first time meeting Carrie Payton, Scott Menville, yeah, Greg Sipes, and Wendell Loach is just like absolutely just like yeah, I got mine as well because one, I want to get my copy of Tales of Symphonia by Scott Menville because again he did Lloyd Irving, and of course
Yeah.
Carrie Payton is Carrie Payton because
Yeah.
again, booyah! You got to give props to that, and again,
Yeah.
help voice it in the Mario movie and such. Also Scott Menville with the Mario movie, and
Yeah.
of course Greg Sipes. Like just FY, he is a cancer survivor, and like he's not as spirited as you expect him as voicing Beast Boy. He still has that energy in as Beast Boy, but when you mean in real life, he is a monk. Just
Yeah,
FYI, if you ever
he's
meet
super.
Greg
I've
Slice.
seen stories of him being super tired. Like people are like, oh man, he's super tired all the time. Like no, he's not. Look, he's. I hate to say, he's old now. Like jokingly, he's
Yes,
old now. Yeah, he.
he is. Like he again, he's gone total, as he said on his like last post, last I checked, again, total vegan diet, takes care of his dog, and he is just absolute zen. He's a monk now.
Yeah,
And
he's
I
living.
mean that in the most respectful way. And like when I met him, I was like, oh crap, I did not know that. I would feel absolutely horrible meeting. But yeah, thankfully he was very cool. His handler, his manager was like explaining me the situation. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, he was totally cool. Like namaste. Again, completely zen. He was just zen it. So
Yeah,
yeah, Greg
he
Sipes.
took he took care of himself this time around. But I'm glad he's still around because I think he'll be still popping up doing conventions because again, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cancer's
So
cancer. I don't know his cancer situation. There's remission. It's a whole 9 yards. It's a lot. Okay, so I thought he'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do like maybe 1 or 2 virtual meetings, or I'll be there for a day and I'm out. I'll be there for like 2 hours and I'm out. So yeah,
no, no, like he again he made the effort to come in because again this was the 400th episode. Yeah, like 400th episode of Teen Titans Go, if I recall correctly. I don't know one of those numbers,
yeah.
but yeah, like it was. Yeah, he made the effort, and I'm just happy and to see. So yeah, that was like the first thing. I met Tara Strong and Carrie Payne on the first day. Scott, the rest of the cast appeared on the second day. But aside from that, I'm definitely stopped by the artist alley because I gotta give props to Iron Picky Edwin Huang. If you know, he
Yeah.
does like amazing Street Fighter art and such, especially contributed to like many Street Fighter figurines. So yeah, I'll give props to Edwin Iron Picky Huang. So yeah, I love the guy to stop by his booth, and of course, naturally, it's like I haven't seen her in like feels like years now. Like she appeared back is Yaya Han, which again, if you know my history, she was my first interview for the Outerhaven website. So I decided to like stop by, meet her again, and yes, I just basically see her all pretty much for the rest of the 4 days of her different cosplays, and yeah, just Yaya, she is still kicking
Yeah,
some points.
she's still vibing. So that's like pretty much day one. You didn't visit any of the things that is what I would call. So how about that manga, huh? How about that?
I did stop by. I mean, what was not is my main focus. I definitely have stopped by regarding to like the obviously Easy Press, Viz Media. Like Viz Media was definitely pushing for like they were selling the like a exclusive variant cover of Naruto Volume One. So it was like a different cover of for Naruto. I know they were selling a Kagurabachi, which that thing has been big hype for the most part.
Yeah,
One thing I do have to give props. One thing I've noticed is definitely Korean mangas, like like
Maha.
K
Yeah,
manga. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
K manga. If that was the company's name, yeah, yeah, they made a presence cards, and yeah, they're like
Wait,
showing off
isn't
their stuff.
wait isn't K manga the app for Kodansha? I'm just going to confirm that right now because you talk about yeah.
I'm not too sure. All I just know is that again is like it's Korean manga. Like I forgot the company's name. I'm sorry, at the moment. But yeah, they had a booth like right next to Yen
Yeah, it
Press,
is. Yeah,
and I
it is.
know.
No, it is. K manga is the Kodansha. Yeah, I confirmed it because I just checked my phone because I have all the manga reading app. Yeah, that's the Kodansha booth. Yeah. So there, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
K manga is
So
yeah the if you want to read Kodansha books. So yeah, yeah.
and yeah, like again, right next to yeah, Ize and Yen Press, and they were promoting their stuff. Yeah, like a couple of new series. Like I know they had like a because they were also there to help promote the Overlord Sacred Kingdom movie with with the animation producers. We'll talk about in day three. But yeah, like a couple of manga boys. Yeah, there obviously in those 7 Cs. I didn't think the Kodansha was there. I think so. If I
No,
did, if they was,
K manga is Kodansha. Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah, they
okay,
are.
okay.
Yeah, so that's them. Yeah.
So okay, okay.
They're going heavy on advertising their digital press. I mean, not digital,
Mm-mm-mm.
their digital manga thing because they want that that well, I don't know who did it first, but like I know like Yen Press and Viz has been on it, so they try and catch up on it. So yeah.
Right, right, right. And plus, they were also like, yeah, Kodansha was also promoting as well. We're going to that pop-up shop that happened like last week. Yeah, during that same weekend. So yeah, that was also things up because if I recall correctly, the creator of Vinland Saga was there to like do a meetup a little bit here and there. So yeah, that was that. But
Yep.
yeah, on the first day, it's basically, yeah. Aside, I mentioned in the A1 podcast that the one thing I wanted to see was like one with Dragon Ball Daima, which of course, yeah, as you expected, you probably see on the other hand website is that they're promoting the collaborations for like Sparking Zero, Kakarot, Xenoverse 2. With the extra DLC characters of Dragon Ball Daima characters like young Goku and such. And yeah, just again seeing what's. I mean, it's Dragon Ball, is Dragon Ball, and again, it's not a lasting Toriyama Sensei touched before he passed away. So and I want to see like okay, what they have, and yeah, like it's pretty much like some people were definitely skeptical about it, but I have to appreciate. if this is indeed this is the last thing that Toriyama touched, and just like the concept of it all. Like, sure, turn them all young again is not the same like machismo action that we so used to love. But again, if Toriyama Sensei had involved in it, he could definitely make that concept probably as interesting as can. And seeing like the first episode of it all, they screened the first episode. It's okay. It's fun. It's fun. Not maybe not for everyone's preference, but overall, it's enjoyable. I enjoy Dragon Ball. So yeah, Dragon Ball Daima, it definitely has its promise.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear. I mean, the giant Goku statue, so let us know he's here. But yeah, that's good to know about like roughly the first 2 days in motion. I take it like around. I want to say Friday and Saturday was probably peak, but Friday was probably getting packed too, right?
It just ramped up because one obviously the probably one of the bigger things happening at New York Comic was Jacksepticeye, Sean McLaughlin's Jacksepticeye promoting his comic at Bad Egg booth, and that is like, yeah, as I said, like it is basically a roller coaster of emotions at New York Comic Con, and Jacksepticeye pretty much reflects my view as well. If you haven't checked out, please check out Jacksepticeye's video in regards to New York Comic Con, and yeah, it was just a roller coaster of emotions. So like when I because I did not know this was literally last minute that for Jacksepticeye's booth, like you had to be tagged, get the usual wristband to get an autograph or meet up with Jacksepticeye, and this was at the exhibit floor. You can already tell how bad that was. That was a bad call from ReedPop because again, Jacksepticeye more than like, yeah, 10 million subscriber count, and you want to put him on the exhibit floor.
They didn't.
Yeah,
It's a perfect example. They did like let's be fair. They didn't know. It's very obvious. Like, no, is anybody here like for a company that is I'll be very true about this. For a company that is designed to sell products to young people, you sure not tapped into the young people. I'll leave it as that, okay?
and yeah, when I stopped by, like, I didn't know you had to be tagged. It was literally last minute, and when it was like at the booth, holy moly, it was so much traffic. Like, yeah, you couldn't get in. Like people, like those who get in couldn't. Jacksepticeye wanted to take shots, take photos with people, but it's, yeah. Apparently, like the staff got involved. It was a fire hazard. It blocked the way. Nobody can get through. It was blocking. Like there were a little bit like one person that was like so pissed off they couldn't meet Jacksepticeye is like, "Yeah, I travel all this way, paid so much money, and like I can't meet him. Fuck, like, yeah, frick this and all that." He was cussing up a storm. It was like, oh yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
was, I get, yeah, people's roller coaster of emotions, but there is a happy, and there was a surprisingly happy ending on the next following day regarding to Jacksepticeye, and that's one thing I would definitely mention in my retrospective is that what, like the second day, obviously they had to move Jacksepticeye's meeting into like the lower levels in the private room, like for private meetups, celebrities and such. Yeah, I got a wristband early in the morning, and while I was waiting in line, there was like one girl. His father was like desperately trying to help his daughter. Like, because someone's willing to sell their a wristband for like $100 or $200, like really doing whatever a father can do. And like there was a one mother and daughter who was on a wheelchair accessible, had two wristbands, and the mother gave a wristband to the father, no, free of charge, to help with his daughter, which that was just absolutely, just, ooh, that's favorite sword right there, favorite sword in humanity. And yeah, that following day at Bad Egg, yeah, that signing, yeah, got a comic, and yeah, meet Jacksepticeye. And yeah, Jack. If you couldn't tell, saw Jacksepticeye's Twitter account. He entered his food, and apparently a wasp stung his eye, which that is just crazy. Like, to think he was meeting people regardless then. And again, Sean, by all means, please recover. Like, you probably recover by then now, but still, please take it easy, man. Like, again, check Jacksepticeye's video in regards. And yeah, I also yeah, on Friday he also did a panel basically in showing off his basically the ideas of the comic as well. I asking some basic QA, which I did ask him regarding to how he brought his own like how he explored the landscape of like mental health problems and such. Which he also did release the video in regards like to basing bringing into focus of mental health problems, which one of his recent videos is. And yeah, this basically is like his other works into this comics, addresses like mental health issues, basically some self worth, like basically what many people are struggling on a day to day basis, which I feel is like definitely helpful. But yeah, second day overall, like it was like Friday and Saturday with regard to Jacksepticeye, it was just absolutely crazy roller coaster emotions, but it had a happy moment. So yeah, that was pretty much like the main highlight of that Friday. And
Yeah.
of course, naturally seeing Scott Menvo and Greg Sipes. So yeah, that was all big
Yeah.
blessing of that such. Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's pretty crazy though, but I'm glad he's doing fine. And the fans got a chance to meet him, and everything's resolved. That's good to hear. So
Yeah, yeah, before I forget as well, I think that was also during that same Saturday as well. Yeah, Saturday as well. I might as well like bridge in a little bit because I did actually see our co-host Andrew as well because he was also attending. Our colleague Andrew was attending New York Comic Con for I believe that Friday or Saturday one yeah I think because attending the Lord of the Rings War of I'm sorry, the War of Rohan, something like that. I'm sorry, Tolkien fans, I'm butchering it. But basically, the Lord of the Rings anime movie that's gonna be coming out in November. It's yeah, and again with Stephen Colbert as well, the director of the show. Yeah, I did meet up with Andrew, and overall, like that movie is just really approaching, really shaping up to be quite something. Yeah, hang on, I actually got it right here. The Lord of the Rings, the War of the Rohirrim. How you pronounce that? I'm sorry.
oh Lord. Like I'm not a Tolkien person, but it is what it is from there. Like
Yeah,
it's animated, so I guess I'll check it out.
Peter Jackson presented a film by Kenji Kamiyama. Kamiyama. So if you know him, I think he was the same person who probably did Ninja Kamui, if I recall correctly. But
Oh,
I
okay,
could be wrong.
cool.
So
That's
yeah,
good to
like
hear.
I mean, the animation wise, yeah, overall seems pretty good. Again, from Lord of the Rings anime movies. I mean, rare of it if anything else. But so I saw that, and yeah, it was definitely promising. Plus, they gave out like free tapestries and pins and all that, so what's not to love? So yeah, and again, this is the first time actually seeing Stephen Colbert, and you know how much he's a big Lord of the Ring fan. So like, okay, might as well see him for one time around. And yeah, that was like another part. I did want to go and see Stephen Colbert, at least just see him on stage.
Yeah. The only thing is that Stephen Colbert is not Stephen Colbert isn't the Stephen Colbert from like I remember from his the Colbert Report. I know he's doing a late show.
Right,
It's
right,
too
right, right. He plays a
it's
persona. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I kind of missed that over the persona, but Stephen Colbert does have his chops in like in a lot of nerd spaces. He was in Minority Report. He was the boss in Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. So yeah, he knows his stuff. I trust his hand on the project.
Right, right, right. So yeah, like so
Yeah.
overall, that Friday was yeah Friday, Saturday, and those two things were good. But Saturday, that's one thing I will. You want me to talk about going to Saturday or?
No, no, it's Friday, Saturday. The same. All right, you could, yeah, go ahead. Go talk more about Saturday.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So Friday was definitely a good highlight. Again, meeting after Jacksepticeye, and so the Saturday was definitely another going down low regarding to like the mood again roller coaster of emotions. So the Saturday was for the Bleach panel of like seeing Morita-san who voices Ichigo and Sugiyama-san who voices Urio Ishida of Bleach, and ay ay ay. So the day obviously because also one thing I want to give props to as well like Capcom actually has made an appearance after so many years. Like I know prior years they appeared in your comic before, but they haven't been on a hiatus all until now to promote a Monster Hunter Wilds. And if you've seen like the gameplay, the directs, the gameplay showcases and such, yeah, I managed to actually played Monster Hunter Wilds, and so far it is definitely promising. The new features, the wireless, the seamless multiplayer when I played through it, which by the time you listen to this, they did review that there was going to be a public uh demo for release for PlayStation Plus users as well for the general public, which I believe that's the one I played, the single player and the multiplayer in regards, the build I played. And yeah, it was just absolutely fun, if anything else. So yeah, again, Great Blade user. I love using Blade, and it was yeah, once on a while, it's definitely shaped up to be that great another Capcom major seller, if anything else. And of course, naturally, they also showed up like the Capcom Marvel Collection, Red Dead Rising, had some like minor boosts as well. But another thing I gotta give props is they also had Kaname Fujioka-san, who is the art director for the game, doing some signings, which I actually have him sign my Shishiki board as well as my copy of Monster Hunter Rise. So like
Mm.
that was a nice little highlight. And I pretty much during that Saturday, I pretty much finished up all my autographs. I was like, should I do a few more while keeping myself into budget? And it's like, I guess because Yugi was there, and they did had a Dan Green and Duke there. So like, and then I like, okay, might as well check them, see how it is and how much is their prices. And yeah, reminder, autographs are not cheap. And last I checked on their prices. Yeah, if you want to go, like I would be go for autograph selfie combo. That's an easily $110. So yeah, when I
Yeesh.
checked that up, we're going to Dan Green, Eric Stewart. Like, okay, fine. And I was like, can I at least say hi? Is hi saying okay? And Dan Green, he was just a absolute kind man. I said hi to Dan Green, like just basically saying my gratitude to him of like the 4 Kids dubbing era, especially that whole marijuana skit. Like, don't do drugs on marijuana, if you recall that correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dan Green was absolutely kind. Eric Stewart, however, I feel he was a bit more indifferent. I said my highs, but he basically did not pay attention to me whatsoever. I felt so awkward. I didn't buy anything, and he just like noticed a Prague cosplay next to me, and I was like, okay, note to self, buy something next time from Eric Stewart.
Oh
So
boy, it's like
obviously,
that's kind of funny. It's like buy something. I'm like, what? Buy something.
yeah,
Oh
so I kind
god.
of felt awkward going first time meeting Eric Stewart. I was like, geez, way to make a first impression. And so my mood kind of went down a little bit, but and then went to the Bleach panel, which that thing kind of perked up me up back a little bit better because again, you see Morita-san and Sugiyama-san showed off at the Bleach panel, and just like they also did a live dubbing, which again that's always very fun. Again, see your favorite seiyus doing a live action, like live dubbing right there. They did the scene regarding to when Ichigo met Ishida for the first time while dispelling against Hollows. A couple of other scenes here, as well as like the recent episode of the Thousand Year War Blood Arc. Yes, Morita-san, like he appeared in New York Comic Con before, but just to see him again, he's so spirited. And first time seeing Sugiyama-san, again, you know him as Sasuke, Ishida, and such. Yeah, like yeah, unfortunately he was kind of feeling a little bit ill during the time period, but he managed to perk up on the panel, and also for that the next following day of a signing, yeah, free signing of well, if I recall correctly, or I think that was in the same day. Yeah. I think it was on yeah Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, so there's also on the same day in regards, and oh boy, yeah, that's as I said, roller coaster of emotions. Like, yeah, you could expect because they had the autograph hall in the hall A, which you have all these other actors and people who appear in like Matt Mickelson, the cast of Baldur's Gate 3, Futurama. You expect the such like yeah, you know there was gonna be a big line there, but you expect to also put in comic book and otakus in the same line, especially for a free signing for the 2 main leads of Bleach. You know that was already gonna be bad, and even the more interesting enough is on Viz Media's account is like this signing is first come first serve, and that was really a big warning if anything else. Heck, I would have preferred if they had gave us a wristband for those free signings, but no, it legitimately said on their post first come first serve, and that was already bad enough as it is because the moment it was that everyone's like hounding for for this free autograph of the Bleach 2, and you can already tell it was a nightmare. Like it just blocked it. Nobody can get through. It was literally people were literally having a panic attack and crying trying to get into that Bleach autograph.
Oh my lord.
Like I know there was also had a thing with going to Hiro Mashima, but Hiro Mashima was already on the website when they were doing queuing for you buying tickets, and like that. Yeah, that thing was controlled. Fine, good. Like first come first serve, albeit random online, but fine. But for the Bleach thing, it was first come first serve, and nobody did know. No, I even asked with Viz Media booth regarding to if there was wristbands, which there was no wristbands. It's first come first serve, and like you really gotta put in two of the main leads along in the autograph hall. I mean, yes, it is the autograph hall, but first come first serve. How many people, and you know how many people goes into that autograph hall day in and day out, especially on a Saturday, is like, yeah, it was asking for trouble. I mean, I even met one of our college Jenny, who was also there trying to go for the Bleach autograph, and unfortunately she was in the line but didn't made it because unfortunately they cut off the line and Sugiyama was like kind of sick, if
Oh
anything
wow.
else.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so it was just yeah, kind of sad on that part of it, and but thankfully I managed to get through it, get the autograph, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, and again, Sugiyama-san, I love you, or yeah, obviously with Sasuke and Bleach, but also I just love your recent work with going to Akaneko, the red cat. Just absolutely, just good feels. Even the interpreters were like happy. Oh, you know, I'm surprised you know Akaneko. Which yeah,
Yeah.
like thankfully I know a bit of Japanese. I even talked to Morita-san, like just otanoshimi ni, just they understood my Japanese, which yes, I even got Nihongo Josu. So yeah, and just minor other things as well. Like I get like with they also had another free autograph signing. I had an autograph signing for going to the Overlord Sacred Kingdom movie, which with Naoki Ito and Kantaro Hashimoto, which is the animation director and producer for the film. So if you like your Overlord, which Overlord series, like the light novel or the animes, like 3 seasons now. Yeah, they're gonna releasing out a new movie. And this one, obviously, much shorter line than the Bleach one. So nobody really didn't care too much on the Overlord movie, as compared to Bleach. And yeah, interesting enough to say the least. So yeah, also during that Saturday, I was wearing my cultured hentai and show shirt from Sakimi-chan, and yeah, even the director's like, "Oh, wearing a hentai shirt."
Yeah, yeah. Again,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, once again proving that some of us are cultured and some of us are degenerate. Wink, wink. You know.
Yeah, he noticed like, oh, like what was I hentai and chat? And he was translating, yeah, hentai and chat, just basically that the
Yeah.
translator helping out with that. So that was like a nice thing. So yeah, that Saturday, as I said, it was just absolutely like again, it's roller coaster emotions. That's pretty much the theme of New York Comic Con from roller coaster emotions. So
Yeah.
yeah, overall, like that was pretty much my end to that Saturday until like I don't know, do a little shopping on the next following day.
Sounds crazy. I think the issue so far from hearing about the convention, I want to say is I want to say that Repop is Repop, whatever. But it seems like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
they really have an issue when it comes to managing stars or like managing space for those stars to be able to show up because, I mean, first come first serve creates a mad dash. This the Jacksepticeye like put him in the middle of everything was a bad idea. That's just like like it seems like these are I would say common horrible. I mean. I feel like they could have is they have so much like they have enough space even not they can't use the whole convention obviously but they could have reserved space better for stuff like this.
I feel yeah, like I get it. Like you have like big stars like previously like Mark Hamill. I mean, had Matt Nicholson was there. The cast of Futurama and such were like also there as well. And Guard Billy West was there. Yeah, even the cast of Red Dead Redemption 2, like okay, you get your following there. But again, the fact you had Jacksepticeye, well-renowned influencer of YouTube, like you put him on the exhibit floor, and only the following day afterwards, you put him in like the private signing booths in the lower levels, so avoid any crowd and such. Yeah, like Repub will be Repub. They severely underestimated these
I
people, and of course naturally the attendees because
yeah.
again, we fans are crazy. Fans are crazy. I admit that.
Yeah.
We would stand like literally online for 30 minutes or 2 hours or 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it may be, and we were hounded like a freaking hawk just to meet us because again, people travel like spend hundreds of dollars to travel to for this one opportunity, and only to know that they get denied of that. Yeah, of course they would be pissed. So it's
Yeah.
just like absolute craziness. We're going to like the lines and such, but at least in my experience of who I encountered, again, Jacksepticeye and such. I'm pretty sure maybe it doesn't apply to obviously it doesn't apply to everyone else, but Repop definitely needs to like regard to comic book heroes, video games, as well as anime. Yeah, like
I
you
feel like
try
it.
to
I feel like a lot of these problems could be like be like straight up circumvented if they just like, and I mean this very politely, if they just like make a reserve space for these bigger for these bigger people or in general. Because it's like you can't just do that. Like you guys been in the business too long for me to give you, oh, it's your first con excuse at this point.
exactly. They've done this for so many years now, and they still can't like get this thing right. It's like yeah, Repop, I'm sorry, you done goofed. You goofed it. You should like yes, you probably should have known better. Again, we're going to Jacksepticeye because again, Jacksepticeye is like one of the top influencers. Heck, even probably even better than a couple of the voice actors and celebrities that you invited.
Yeah,
So
he has fame. He has fame. Like he's huge. Like there is it's hard not to say like, oh yeah, I know about Jacksepticeye. Like yeah.
and yeah, so hopefully they will amend that next time. Hopefully, and yeah, just basically see how things go from there.
Yeah. I also feel like I want to say like we're during the peak of the con. I want to say like let's say Friday, Saturday. Was it kind of how was it feel like walking around? Was it difficult? Did you feel like this wasn't working?
Well, obviously, in regards to like if you go to particular areas like the autograph booth on that Saturday when you're trying to get an autograph, like yeah, that Saturday was absolutely nightmare. Again, panic attacks, especially going that Bleach one, it was just absolute nightmare fuel, if anything else. But aside from like the main exhibitor floors, I didn't really have any too much problems. I managed to get through like obviously there wasn't um there were particular areas that actually had high traffic. Like for example, of course, naturally, like when you're like right at the front, the entrance of the exhibit hall. Like obviously, that Konami, they had yeah, the One Piece booth. They had the like yeah Crunchyroll. Obviously, the main corpo exhibits out in front, and they're gonna line up regarding to any goodies like free bags and such, the free goodies. Obviously, that's where you're gonna be finding more traffic.
Right.
Especially we're going to that Yu-Gi-Oh! That's like really right at the entrance, and people want to get like a token of like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and such. But traffic-wise, I personally didn't feel it wasn't too bad. If anything else, it was like because obviously they sold out of Saturday and Friday as well, and yeah, they knew they had to put a limit on. And thankfully, it wasn't like uh bumper to bumper, like shoulder to shoulder, like completely smashed, like in I believe in prior years.
Yeah, yeah,
But
like
again,
but
it
yeah,
depends on different areas.
yeah, and I like we're not butts to butts out there. I get what you're saying. So yeah, that's good to hear that like at least the walking experience, which is 90% of con was at least manageable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's one thing I give props to. Like, yeah, it wasn't like you're not packed of sardines. Thankfully, that
Yeah,
and it.
yeah, especially we're almost at that time of the year where the people are gonna start getting sick, and I ain't dealing with that.
Yeah, that's one thing. Unfortunately, even, like afterwards, unfortunately, I have kind of due to my colleagues at work, unfortunately with coffee, and now with this convention pass, unfortunately I have gained it right now, and yeah, unfortunately it's flu season, so I might cause something. So that's also the risk when going to these conventions. You never know if whoever's been carrying such. Ugh.
Yeah. Mass to like unironically, I would say if you're going to a convention this time of the year, mask up to prevent yourself catching flu or cold. That is just all I say. Just mask up and have some hand sanitizer. That's it. Occasionally, that's it. That's that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, actually the Ichigo signing and was actually on that Friday on day two. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The signing was day two, and panel was actually on Saturday day three. So yeah, that
That's
that want to clarify that in regards.
That's good to hear.
But
I guess it's like that's you got any? I would say I guess that covers the con because Sunday is Sunday. Like you didn't you didn't buy me anything such as like a giant you left me to dead. I see how it is. You didn't buy me any manga. You didn't give Seven Seas my business
you
card.
didn't
You
give me a wish list. You didn't ask me like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. They did not have JoJo, if that's what you're wondering.
yeah, no,
Um,
exactly. That was the only thing that mattered. You know that. I had to order my JoJo book online. I was disappointed, but I got it. You know.
I mean, they didn't have JoJo. They did not have Initial D. I mean, maybe they had Initial D. I don't know what the heck. But like, yeah, on Sunday, as obviously the last day of the con, things was gonna calm. So I yeah, like again had my Monster Hunter Rise copy signed from Fujioka-san from Monster Hunter Rise director. Of course, the last thing I did as well, like for that, yeah, was basically they attended the Teen Titans Go 400 episode, which, I mean, yeah, interesting enough as well is that regarding to that panel, like you've been with me in MMO
Yeah.
with Hololive, with highlight panels, like yeah, like um they were getting ready to show off the 400 episode. They were on people like hawks for not to take shots of the episode itself. Like they were like on people like hawks, like do not take shots of the episode because they want to make it surprising to most people because basically it's stop motion animation with Teen Titans, which as you can tell is expensive. It's basically Robot Chicken and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers if you haven't checked out. And yeah, they did not want anybody, no pictures whatsoever. So I was like, and I'm probably right in front. So I'm not, I'm not risking it. I'm not taking any shots. But after the episode was shown, the cast came out and like, okay, you can take shots of these people, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, right. I mean, at least we can take shots of the main cast. So yeah, there's that, and of course, naturally, again, meet up with a few more people, do some shopping, like some stickers, some posters, and yeah, uh, I did not know as well, but yeah, thankfully, if you know this artist, she was like she wasn't personally there herself, but her people was there. It was basically a Sakimi-chan. She was appeared in prior years, but she also had a booth right next also on the exhibit hall, which right next to the voice actors of like if you know Courage the Cowardly Dog and Linda Young, the Riza, it was Sakimi Chan's booth was right there, and of course naturally Sakimi Chan had some very cultured art, which so if you know, look up her up.
Yeah. Sounds.
So yeah, aside from that, yeah, just again did some extra shopping, maybe buy some stickers. We're going to from Iron Pinky. See, and of course, naturally, just meet up some of got my Yu-Gi-Oh token on the Konami booth, and just basically meet up with Miss Ireland Reed as well as Yayahan one more time, just as like give my props, respects, and then yeah, during that Sunday after meeting Yayahan, that was it. Pretty much done for me. I just want to go home and plus I had to work the next following day, which stinks. And of
Yeah.
course, that
Well.
big depression.
Yeah, only a sucker works a 9 to 5, as I always say. No, wink, wink. Yeah, but anyway, joke. But seriously though, I just wanted to just wrap that up and ask, like, what are your final thoughts of the convention this year? What would you overall give it a grade between like what would you rate it the con?
Oh, if there was a grade that I had to give, I pretty much promote my personal post, but like if I have anything, I would have to give New York Comic Con this year probably at least a B. Like if we're compared to like Anime NYC to New York Comic Con, like I like Anime NYC because of its consistency. Like it was
Yeah,
definitely had a solid spread and was balanced, and I like it didn't overwhelm but didn't underdeliver. That's why I love Anime NYC's consistency. And then you have New York Comic Con, which, as I said, roller coaster of emotions. Some
it's
great
bloated.
moments,
Yeah,
and as well as some very like absolutely angering moments, or like even some people like reprimanded me and such, like for I don't know, again with Eric Stewart and such. But again, that could be up to your own personal experience. So yeah, again, roller coaster of emotions. Like it was like it's so much changing and in flux. So if anything else, like yeah, if I would say MANYC like a B plus, and definitely a New York Comic Con as a B, but it was definitely very close because again had some very good moments like Jacksepticeye, meeting of course like the Yaya Han, Ireland, as well as getting my autograph copy for Yoka-san of Monster Hunter Rise, which again props to Capcom. I like definitely enjoyed that, as well as like a couple of other things like Mecha Break which I know like if you want your mecha games gaming in and such. So yeah, there was some freebies there. So it was very close, but I still had to give the edge to Anime NYC, just because again it's consistent. And what your Comic Con is just yeah, read pop, the line management, like it
I
it's just so much. It was
I
so
s-
much, but
I
good
still
and bad.
yeah, I still give Anime NYC like a B plus to A minus, only simply because the manga selection was more excellent. That's pretty much that's a
Yes,
big deal
yes,
for me.
precisely,
Much
precisely. It's
better
like
it was
something
a
that you
much
want.
better shopping experience in my opinion. And even when pack stuff, but yet again, Anime NYC this year 2024 had not as much people as New York Comic Con, so I could probably take away points. But yeah, overall between Anime NYC and New York Comic Con, I would recommend going to Anime NYC over New York Comic Con unless there's a specific thing a New York Comic Con need to go to. That will be it. If you're looking for a
Ex-
good con experience, I would recommend Anime NYC. New York Comic
It's
Con is a
just
specific thing you're going here for. Like there's yeah,
precisely. If there's like one thing that you want, like the Baldur's Gate or Futurama of that such, like yeah, New York Comic Con is just only for like one particular thing. While Anime NYC is definitely a good solid spread, as we discussed before. So yeah, like New York Comic Con is definitely only meant for that one particular foot like dedication of sorts. Like I don't know, House of Dragons, they had Matt Smith there. Or the Red Dead Redemption, or whatever it may be. So yeah, if there's one thing you want to attend for New York Comic Con, best to keep your schedule light and go focus on that one thing only because things can pop up and change at New York Comic Con very quickly, and for better or for worse, it's gonna make you mad.
pretty much.
So yeah, the as you said, New York Comic Con, one thing, keep your schedule light because heck, I even have one panel per day, and still things get crazy.
Pretty much.
So yeah, it's so overall yeah, New York Comic Con, focus on one thing, keep your schedule light, and yeah, keep your budget yeah, locked in if any of that because yeah, compared to like Anime NYC, I didn't spend too much, but in New York Comic Con, due to autographs, I spent quite a good chunk of my money.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. But anyway, that's pretty much I would say Will's take on mostly New York Comic Con. I was here to help facilitate everything about it. My opinion of the convention, just hearing from Will and seeing everything and like think about it, I feel like this con was typical New York Comic Con messiness, but with some of the drama I heard online relating to fan interaction as well as the random mad dash for certain events, it was an overall a very high mania situation. It just didn't feel like a con that it was more catered to. I want to say, okay, I bought a ticket to a con. Let me enjoy the floor a bit. Maybe I have something I want to do, but I don't care. It's not that important. This was you're coming for here for one thing or two things only. That is the only thing, because anything could drop in a change of a hat, which I heard was very stressful with some people. I had friends telling me that booths for signing or trying to reserve to play one of the games was difficult, as well as some of the art booth people was like you didn't know if you're buying merch. Again, it felt disorganized in that front because I guess it was more people, but it feels like it's kind of an issue. While again, this New York Comic Con caters to a bit of too much of everything, while Anime NYC it is general anime with some touches here and there, but it's a more consistent con experience. And for me, cons have a more consistent experience. There are stuff that are dope at Anime NYC. I think the people came out. We got Toriyama stuff. We got you got your television shows for your Marvels. You got your DC. You got panels talking about particular like DC creators if they're there. Same thing with Marvel creators, independents, etc. But at some point, I kind of feel like I do feel like something has to give for New York Comic Con, and a part of me always feel like they had either a new convention space or they're going to have to chop up like New York Comic Con to part one, part two. Like part one
Mm-hmm.
is for comics and part two is for all the other stuff because the way this is organized, it's just too chaotic for an experience for a casual goer or even people who are looking for a particular thing. So overall, I kind of agree with Will's assessment that this is kind of a B minus to a B range.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
Exactly.
So overall, thank you guys so much for hearing us ramble and talk about New York Comic Con. We appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't already, just subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well, be notified next time you go live with more videos. You can check out the Outerhaven YouTube channel for streams, reviews, podcasts, and more here at the Outerhaven YouTube. With that, we'll see you guys later.
That